Hello and welcome to the Free Speech Podcast.
What's up?
My name's Nick, and I'm joined here by my man,
Krill? Yeah,
Krill.
Krill.
Krill and it as always.
I suppose, yeah.
Today we'll be discussing television shows. Last time we talked about movies, we talked about the Oscars. I didn't really have that much to say about the Oscars. I thought it was hilarious, but whatever. We already talked about that. Today we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones.
Walking Dead.
Well,
I think we're just doing the Dead today.
Just the Dead, I guess.
If
we have time,
in our minds.
if we have time, maybe.
If time permits us, we'll dabble into the Game of Thrones.
So yeah, let's just jump right in. We're currently on season 6 of the show. It's been a really good season. I think it's been the best season since season 2. There's been some really good episodes. My favorite one was... Which one was it? It was the episode with Morgan and the dude he was in.
Yeah.
I think it was episode 4. Here's Not Now. Aired on November 1st.
That's the one.
I'm pretty sure that was it. And yeah, that was a really good episode.
That was an interesting episode.
It was longer than
it was just
most
a
episodes.
randomly placed 90-minute episode
Yeah.
right in the middle.
And it focused pretty much entirely on Morgan and how he got up to Alexandria and what happens to him after Rick and who was he with? Michonne, I think, when they went and got all the guns.
Oh yeah,
that was the last time you saw him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then it basically shows what happens to him after that.
That episode, him being kind of in captivity there, that kind of changes his whole philosophy on life, basically.
Yeah,
which is weird.
It kind of reminded me of like finding a wild dog outside and just putting it inside of a cage and it's just like freaking out for like 2 weeks straight, and like eventually it just accepts the fact that it's stuck in that cage and it just calms down.
Yeah,
accepts it.
And then he comes out of there with a new appreciation for life, literally, because he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah,
which I think is a mistake, but
yeah, he changes a lot when he comes out of that cage. I don't even remember how long he was stuck in there. It was at least 2 weeks. It might even been months. I don't remember. I only saw the episode once. I should watch it again.
See, that's what we should do. We should watch these things.
Yeah.
Right before,
Yeah, we should have. But the last episode that aired was episode 10, The Next World.
Let's start with the mid-season premiere.
The mid-season premiere.
No Way Out.
No Way Out. Yeah. Yeah. That was a good one. I
don't even know what to say. 'Cause I know it was different for you because you read the comics.
Yes.
So you were already anticipating a lot of what occurred in the episode.
Yes, I knew what was going to happen pretty much before. Well, I knew what was going to happen long before the show even got here. I finished the comics, or I got up to like where the comics were. I think it was like 140. I stopped at. So I read all that by the time season 6 started. So I pretty much knew like everything that's gonna happen, and
doesn't that ruin the episode for you?
No, because like stuff does happen differently in the show.
True.
Like like Robert Kirkman's part of the writing staff, and like he understands like people who read his comics are going to be watching the show, and like he doesn't want people to watch the show already know what's going to happen. That's boring. So like what's happening right now in the last episode, they basically agreed to go hunt down Negan and the Saviors, and in return they'll get some food and crap from Hilltop. That's not how it happens in the comics. Rick never wants to go hunt down Negan. He's just like, he hears about him and he knows he's a bad dude, and that's it. He just wants to avoid him basically, and yeah.
And after what they just went through with everyone dying and Carl getting shot in the face, you would think he wouldn't jump at the opportunity that quickly to go kill more strangers.
Yeah, it's pretty reckless.
Doesn't make any. I mean, I get they're confident now because they just, by themselves, they just took out the whole army of zombies.
But is it really out of character for Rick to make a decision like that?
Yeah, it really is.
I think it is. It's not really like Rick's usually like very cautious, and like hearing about a group of people who go around literally terrorizing groups, like by brutal force,
forcing them to give up half of their crops and all that.
Yeah, like I really can't imagine Rick being the guy who just wants to jump right in there and just fight him.
And I was telling
you, kind of our character
the other day. Abraham, Daryl, and Sasha, they saw some of Negan's men. They saw they have numbers and they have weapons, but Rick still is like, yeah, let's go kill these people real quick.
Yeah.
Get our food and go home.
And there was never that scene where like they really told Rick. I mean, unless I'm forgetting about it, where like they really told Rick about like what happened on the road.
That's true. They didn't show that. You'd have to assume that he was aware of what happened.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they probably did film a scene like that, but they probably couldn't fit it in.
And if not, it has to just be implied at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's implied when he mentions Negan, like when he's talking to Gregory at the house.
Yeah. So back to the first episode, though. No Way Out.
Right.
So you knew Jesse was going to die.
Yeah.
Both of her sons were going to die.
Well, there's only one son in the comics.
Oh, in the comics? Okay. So then that's something, I guess, that sort of surprised you, maybe? Or did you assume that they would just both die?
Which
one dies in the comics? Is it the pussy?
The little pussy kid.
So there is no other kid that...
In the comics, it's... well, first of all, it's not Deanna who's in charge of the town. It was Deanna's husband. And instead of Deanna's husband dying in the comics, it's the dude's wife, and she dies the exact same way as it happens in the show. It's just like instead of the husband dying, it's the wife and whatever. But in that particular episode, it's like the leader, the male version of Deanna that shoots Carl in the head. He basically like runs out of his house and just like starts freaking out and shooting his gun all crazy, and one of the shots hits Carl in the face.
So he still accidentally gets shot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the comics, I mean, in the show, it wasn't an accident. That dude was trying to fucking kill both of them.
True, but it was still sort of an accidental firing of the gun.
Yeah.
Michonne stabs him, and he just kind of pulls the trigger.
No, it's actually the exact same way, because like he exits his house, starts shooting his gun, and then like zombies like surround him, and he starts like falling down, and like and one of the shots when he's falling down is one of the shots that hits Carl.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, like while he's dying, he's like shooting his gun, and like one of those shots hits Carl.
Dude, when I saw, and I'm someone who does not read the comics, so I was surprised at everything. When I saw Carl get shot in the face, dude, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to think, because that was literally assuming Carl was dead. That was killing off 4 characters just like that.
It happened very fast.
It did. It was insane. But then, of course, someone had to spoil it during the commercial break that Carl wasn't actually dead. So that's my problem with people who read the comics. They don't know when to shut the fuck up. They don't know what a spoiler is.
Honestly, I didn't expect them to do that. Like, yeah, I mean, it is a bit different in the comics. Like, it is a lot more brutal. Like when Jessie is like trying to save her kid, she's like yelling, "Help me, Rick, help me!" And like Rick's like, "Let him go," and she's like, "No, Rick, help me!"
Well,
and he just like chops her arm off, like
no
remorse. He's like, "Yeah, you gotta die." I don't know. It was a lot more like.
Well, he's not gonna put the whole group at risk for that fucking kid. I mean,
it didn't happen the exact same way in the comics, but it happened pretty much the same. All the important stuff still happens. Yeah, it was a good episode.
All right, you want to go to the next one?
Well, no, I do have another complaint with the episode, and it is right when Daryl and Abraham and Sasha show up towards the end of the fight, after everyone has exited their homes and they all rally up and decide to start fighting the zombies. And in the show, Daryl, they have a big tanker full of gasoline, and they dump it in the middle of the town or somewhere or whatever, and they light a fire, and all the zombies around there go and converge, and they all light up, and they all fucking die.
Go ahead.
So in the comics, it happens a lot better. There is no huge fire that's made. There is no huge distraction or whatever. It's literally the entire town groups up and starts fighting like 1,000 zombies, and they like fight through the entire night, like 10 hours straight, and like they kill every single zombie by hand. no bullets or anything. It's like a really cool moment.
You assume that that's how they kill a lot of them.
They did, but like
they show the next morning, they show the shot of the town where it's just littered with corpses.
But the whole fire thing ruined it. Like they didn't even have to be there. They should have just put more shit of people chopping up zombies. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see a big fire. I want to see people chopping, going fucking ham.
But if you can do that, I mean, why not do that? I mean, he had the rocket or the grenade launcher that made a shit ton of noise.
Yeah.
And then remember, as the zombies were walking towards the fire, turning their backs on Rick and them, they continued to kill them. You know, I feel like it would be easier to kill them like that when they're walking away. The zombies are walking away.
I don't know. It kind of takes away from like the intensity of like the whole scene.
But again, you're judging that because you read the comics, and yeah, that would have been cool if they just did it all by hand, because that's how it was in the comics, right?
Yeah.
See, I can't really complain because
they just battle them, man. It's like intense.
I mean, it was intense enough for me though. I mean, to see them just coming out and killing everybody. Like
it was still good. It was still like really cool. Like they had like a whole bunch of like towards the end of the fight that had like several shots of every single person in the town like killing like a zombie or some shit, and it was like going really fast. And the music that was playing, it was a really cool moment. So it was well done.
Things about that episode that were well done. The music was. Like,
music was good.
Shots, dude. Like I told you, there was a shot with Enid and Glenn in the church, and you had Enid facing the camera, Glenn in the background, and then way in the background, it was just like a stained glass window. And I think it was right after you saw Enid looking at the quote, the Bible quote on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it? Faith without deeds is dead.
Yes.
Something like that.
I
was feeling that episode, dude. It was good. Yeah. It was good. And I was high, which I don't normally do before I watch the show.
What else do I want to say about that episode? Is that the episode where Rick and Michonne got it on? No.
That was the next one.
Okay, speaking of which, since we're on that topic, in the comics, Andrea is still alive at this point. She did not die. Okay.
She's awful.
Also, another thing, Andrea in the show is a complete moron. And Andrea in the comics is a super fucking badass. And
I couldn't imagine. Like,
yeah, they're pretty different. I don't understand why. Like, Andrea in the show is literally dumb. She had like 10 opportunities to kill the governor. She almost shot Daryl in the face. She actually did shoot Daryl in the face, but luckily she missed. That's right. Like, thank God she missed.
She's a slut, dude. She fucked the governor.
Yeah, she even sucked Shane's dick.
True.
She loved freaking. She loved psychopaths.
She liked the bad boys, man.
She was retarded.
By that, I mean, murderers and, Well, Shane wasn't a... Well,
he was gonna be.
He let Otis... I wouldn't call him a murderer for that.
That's where it started. Or he did kill the dude. The dude they captured. The kid. Who, got his legs off... he took him out into the woods and he, snapped his neck. And he made it look like he ran away. So, everyone would be like, oh, no, the dude ran away. He's going to go tell the governor.
Wait, is that when we found out that even if you don't get bit, you still come back as that?
Yeah.
Was that? Okay.
No, that was when Shane came back.
Oh, so it wasn't that kid.
Because Rick stabbed him in the heart. And then, he just stood by his body for a bit. And then, 5 minutes later, Shane came back and he was like, oh. Oh, no, he knew about that way before. The scientist dude told him in the first season. Remember?
At the very end?
Yeah. They learned...
That was so long ago.
But Rick doesn't tell everybody until the end of season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're going way back in the show.
Yeah.
All right, so the next episode of second half of season 6, The Next World. I mean, the first thing I remember from that show is Jesus and Rick and Michonne fucking each other. Yeah. I think it's safe to assume that that's what happened.
Oh, definitely. They just made out, got naked, and went to sleep in the bed.
Man. That's all.
I mean, they probably smell really bad.
Well, do they have? Well, they have showers and shit there, right? Do they have running water? I'm sure they do. Yeah.
I don't know. They never showed anyone turn a faucet on.
That episode, they had Michonne coming in the room with a towel on her head.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There you
go. Dude, again, you know more than I do, but Jesus, that dude is weird, man. What's his deal? What is his agenda? He works at that place, Gregory's place. But why is he? I don't understand why he's why he is the way he is. He's like a magician.
Jesus is pretty mysterious.
Well,
you don't learn his real name, which is Paul, until much later in the comics.
Which is weird because the first time you see him in the show, he says what his real name is.
Yeah, it's Paul Monroe or some crap. Or
Paul something. I don't know.
I don't think it's Monroe. But he looks a lot like Jesus from the comics, which is cool.
I was gonna say he looks like Jesus, the actual person.
No, well, yeah,
he does. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, if anyone is not aware of like how far ahead the comics are, I will say this is season 6. There will be at least 3, if not 4, more seasons
of the show.
Yes.
Good.
Unless they decided to like cut it off at some weird point, I don't know.
I don't see why they would. They should not do that.
So there is a lot more to talk about. Walking Dead in the future. Oh, we're missing one. Shit.
What?
The one that aired last week.
Well, yeah, we just did the Next World, and then the most recent episode is Knots Untied.
I forgot about it.
How do you forget about it?
I don't know how I forgot about it.
So that's when they actually go to Gregory's...
Hilltop.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Gregory's a dick.
Yeah, he's kind of a doucher.
I don't like him hitting on Maggie. Like, is he just like a skeevy guy, or...
You'll see.
Yeah. See,
again,
again,
I really can't. I can't say that much.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
I honestly thought when I in the comic, like the exact same scene where Gregory gets stabbed is in the comics, and it happened like pretty much the same way. When I first read that in the comics, I thought he was gonna die there.
That's what I thought too.
And then
I knew he was gonna get stabbed.
And I was gonna be like, oh, okay, Rick's gonna take over this place too now.
Does Rick stab that dude in the throat?
Yeah, he stabs that dude, and everyone around him's all terrified, like holy shit.
And then he's just like covered in blood. He's like, what? Because that's just what he does, man.
I'm Rick Rams.
I kill people.
I'm Rick Rams. Knots Untied. I don't even understand that title.
Knots Untied.
Does that mean like maybe
I think it's
Abraham's necklace?
That's what I was thinking, but it's not. You don't.
Well, no, the knot was untied at the end.
I think it's a chain though. I don't think it was a tied chain.
Well,
probably just clipped on or something. It's probably just.
What was the deal? What? Should we talk about that? The necklace.
We can. I mean, I think it's up for debate. I mean, so when he was, you would assume when he thought he was about to die, he was thinking of somebody.
Yeah.
Because when Daryl helped him up, he didn't say like, Daryl was like, "Are you good?" And he didn't say never better, but he said something like that.
No, I think that's what he said.
Oh, is that exactly?
I think that's what he said. Yeah, he said actually I'd never been better.
That's what he was basically relaying to Daryl, but he was thinking about someone, and I think it was Sasha.
I think it was his wife.
You think it possibly, but then again, what will that do? I mean, his family's gone, so how will that change his character?
Maybe it just makes him a little bit more comfortable with dying.
Maybe, but then they had that close up of the necklace made by Rosita.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it fell off his neck, so.
I see that as him sort of leaving her behind because again, I think he was picturing Sasha, but who the fuck knows? Maybe you know more than I do, again, because you read the comics, but I don't want to know.
Well, Sasha isn't in the comics.
True, Sasha is not in the comics.
So
who the fuck knows, man?
I would say lots of people are going to die soon.
Well, when it comes to that show, it's expected at this point, so.
So do you think we're going to see Negan next episode?
No.
No?
I don't.
I think
they'll make it to his compound. Maybe they'll get captured or someone will get captured. But I don't think we'll see him yet.
You don't think Jeffrey Dean Morgan will show up with his...
No, not yet.
His wooden bat? Do you know about the bat?
Again, because of you assholes,
it's a small thing.
anything is a spoiler, Nick. Anything is a spoiler.
Well, the bat's part of... the bat's like... Lucille's basically part of Negan, so... It's like, you know about Negan, you know about Lucille.
What is Lucille? What is that?
That's what he calls it.
Okay, again, I don't know these things. I don't want to know
Well,
these
it's a small thing. Relax.
No.
There's...
Anything is a spoiler.
It's literally the first thing he talks about when he sees him. It's like,
but
hey, this is my bet.
I haven't seen it yet, so technically it hasn't happened.
All right. Well, I won't say anything more.
Yes, you will.
I won't.
You always do. You mainly Jake, but
that's not even that. I mean, that's not even that big.
That's
not that big.
Dude, anything's a spoiler.
I mean, what, you think he's just gonna like shoot people?
I don't know what to think because I haven't seen him yet.
Well, you'll find out next episode, hopefully.
I don't think he'll show up though.
I think he will.
We'll see. I don't remember what the scenes from next week were about.
They didn't show that much.
No.
They really did.
They never do.
I think
they never do.
That makes me have good feelings, though. I think when they show less, that means
because maybe
better.
there's just so much they can't show.
Yeah.
So if Negan's a big part, maybe
Yeah.
who the fuck knows?
My prediction is the episode would start off with Rick and them discussing the plan, what they're gonna do, and where the shit is, and then.
Are they gonna go back to Alexandria?
Yeah. Well,
I guess they'd have to get their guns and
they
shit,
gotta
right?
get their stuff. They're gonna go back to Alexandria and.
Oh, because they had just got in the RV to leave, so they're probably going there, and then they'll go to Negan's place.
Yeah.
With Jesus and then the one guy, who's also from that.
Hilltop?
Yeah, they sent one guy with them, with Rick. Remember?
Did they?
Rick was talking to him. He was saying because you've been there before, we need you to come.
Yeah.
With us
Okay, I remember.
I don't know if he has a name or not, but
I don't remember his name. But yeah, predict that the opening scene will be them prepping to go, and then the first 15 minutes will be them going inside the place, and then I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I think
you probably have a better idea than most people, but.
No, this doesn't happen in the comics.
Really?
I have no idea. No, they don't decide to go and try to hunt him down.
And they shouldn't, but
they really shouldn't.
I don't know what they're doing in this. I think it's a mistake in terms of the writing of the show, but
honestly, Negan's probably pissed because they just killed 5 or 6 of his dudes.
But I thought about that. How would he know?
Yeah, he doesn't know that it was them, but he probably suspects something.
I'm sure he either maybe he heard it or he'll come across the charred corpses of his men.
Yeah, they probably find the bodies.
How would they
and
know
shit.
who did it?
They won't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe Jesus is a traitor, and he's gonna.
His name's Jesus, though.
Yeah, Jesus got his ass beat to death.
Jesus
you can't trust him.
Crucified by the Jews.
Yeah.
Who
you can't trust someone who can't take care of himself.
Hitler, try to crucify them.
You're morphing history. It doesn't work like that.
I can morph whatever I want. This is a
free
free speech podcast.
I guess,
baby.
True. Don't call me baby.
I wasn't calling you baby.
Little.
I was just saying baby as yeah, baby.
Oh.
You ever say that?
No.
You say it. It feels nice. Just fucking shout, yeah, baby. Fuck yeah.
No, not in the mood to do that, you know.
It makes me feel good.
Good for you.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
So next episode's called Not Tomorrow Yet. Rick and the group realize the only way to maintain the peace of Alexandria is to fight a new enemy. This time, though, the group might be outmatched. Find out on Sunday at 9.
Yeah.
On AMC.
I'll find out Monday morning, but
no.
It's all the same.
No.
Yeah. Actually, the season finale of the series finale of Downton Abbey is on Sunday.
Oh boy. Which episode is that?
What's the series finale?
The series?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember
hearing about that when it first came out.
That is not a show I would normally watch. If you know anything about
it sounds boring.
It
Downtown
does.
Abbey, that sounds so boring.
Shit, and it is, but it's also it's great.
It's a drama,
I'm
right?
I'm into it.
It's a drama. It's not suspenseful
it's
or
a
anything.
Period drama. It's yeah. But all right, let's see where we at.
27-22.
All right, I think that's a good test for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's sign off.
We'll wrap it up. Oh, quick note about the Free Speech Podcast. I was on the phone with an attorney today for an intellectual property law firm. We do plan to trademark the Free Speech Podcast, as long as you guys still want to.
Oh, yeah.
If you're interested.
I'm definitely interested.
If everyone wants to chip in.
It's just, gotta get out there.
Thanks, Coach.
Get people listening.
Yeah, exactly. But
we gotta do some crazy shit.
Yeah. It ain't.
Yeah, baby.
It ain't. Okay. All right.
So, thanks a lot, everyone, for listening. This has been the Free Speech Podcast. Again, I'd like to thank everyone who's listening. If you decided to tune in to us to listen to this 30-minute whatever.
Don't vote for Trump.
Don't vote Trump.
Or do if you want to. If you really want to, you can. But
yeah, don't listen
America,
to him. Do whatever you want. Just make sure. Just promise us that you think about what you do before you do it.
It's a good idea. But either way, you should listen to his campaign song.
I haven't heard that.
No?
No.
Well, as soon as we wrap this up, I'll play it for you.
All right. So thanks everyone for listening. I've been Nick.
Krill.
And we're signing off for the Free Speech Podcast.
Cowardice. Are you serious? Apologies for freedom. I can't handle this. When freedom brings, answer the call. On your feet, stand up tall. Freedom's on our shoulders. USA! Enemies of freedom. Face the music. Come on, boys, take them down. President Donald Trump knows how to make America great. Deal from strength or get crushed every time. Over here, USA. Over there, USA. Freedom and liberty everywhere. Oh, say can you see it's not so easy, but we have to stand up tall and answer freedom's call. USA, 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 we're the land of the free and the home of the brave. USA, USA, the stars and stripes are flying. Let's celebrate our freedom. Inspire proudly freedom to the world. Ameritude, USA, American pride, USA. It's attitude, it's who we are. Stand up tall. We're the red, white, and blue. Fiercely free, that's who. Our colors don't run, no siree. Over here.